What's up, guys? I hope you are doing fantastic. Today in this video we are going to go over the training overview for the at-home muscle building plan that I have made up. And if this is the first video you're seeing, a Google Doc that lays out everything from what I'm doing from nutrition, training, supplements, all that. The link is in the description. You can follow along or just check it out to see if you learned something. But we will go over this training overview. And first, let's get into some easy tips. So number one would be to always warm up. You don't want to get injured. Just do some body weight sets, warm up the muscle, and you should be good. Tip number two would be to aim for a time under tension of 40 seconds. So it doesn't have to be exactly 40 seconds. Could be a little less, could be a little more, but if we aim for the time under tension of 40 seconds, this will maximize muscle growth. Tip number three, we are going to pick a weight or an exercise or a modified exercise that can get us to this 40-second time under tension range. So if you haven't been following me, this might be the most useful thing that you can make, I guess. It's literally a backpack. Oh, I don't think it'll come out. A backpack with a giant rock in it. You can do weighted push-ups, pull-ups, you can do rows with it, you can do shoulder press with it, you can do just about, you could do weighted squats. It is possibly the most versatile thing you can make, and all I did was go to a nearby river or trail and just picked up a rock, threw it in a backpack, and then walked back home. So I do a lot with this rock in a backpack, and I would highly suggest you go get a rock as well, because you could do almost anything at home and it'll make it harder so that you can possibly build muscle. Tip number four. This might be one of the most important tips for the entire plan, and that is to work out harder than last time. So every new push-pull leg day, we are going to try to get more reps than the previous day. And this will just be progressive overload for our muscles, and by doing that, they should grow. Tip number five, just be smart, listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, then stop, change up the exercise, lower the weight. A good example of this is on my very first day. It was push day. I did the push-ups. I was pretty exhausted. And when I went to do the shoulder press with a kettlebell, my shoulder felt a little unstable. So I went to pike presses, which is just a body weight shoulder exercise. So if something doesn't feel right, change it up. Now, for this plan, I decided to go with push-pull legs, rest. So we're training the muscle groups twice a week. This is so we can get 2 times a week for that muscle group for possibility to grow. So instead of the typical bodybuilder split where you are only working out a muscle group one time, that only leads to 52 times of potential growth for an entire year. Now, if we just say shorten the sets by half for that muscle group, then we'll still get some growth, and then we also won't be as sore to where we can't work that muscle out say 2 or 3 days from now. So we'll have 2 chances to grow each week, and that'll result in 104 times of potential growth for an entire year. That's pretty good in my opinion. So that's why I chose that way. And now we can get into the actual plan. Okay, so we're going to start with a push day. And of course, we're going to warm up with a set or two. And then we go to 5 sets of regular push-ups. You can add weight if you would like. Or if you want to make it easier, then you can just do knee push-ups if you can't do regular push-ups. But we're trying to challenge yourself. We're trying to work that muscle for that time under tension range of about 40 seconds. So 5 sets of push-ups. Then we will do push-ups with our feet elevated, and this is when it can get a little tough. So you might need to do body weight push-ups, or you might need to do less reps, something like that. Now for the push-ups. The way I like to do it is I set up actually on the ground. I puff out my chest and kind of arch my back like you see people doing on regular bench press. I will pull my shoulders back and down, and then I will start going into my push-ups. This just makes me feel it in my chest a lot better, and when you feel it working the muscle, then I feel like you get a better pump, and that will hopefully be better muscle growth. So there's that. With the elevated feet push-ups, I like having my hands a little farther up to where when I actually go down, that my hands are kind of right in line with my collarbone. And this is just, once again, because I feel it better. We will then move on to shoulder press. I only have a 35-pound kettlebell and a 70-pound kettlebell, so I will do the 35 pounds as much as possible, and then I'll also add in 3 negative reps. I will usually superset with calf raises, or you can see down here, weighted crunches. If I start getting fatigued with the actual weight, then I will go to a pike press, and I will hopefully show you that here. That's just when you're kind of in an upside down V or a downward dog kind of position, and then you're pressing and focusing on your shoulders. The next day is a pull day. So we will do bodyweight pull-ups, then we'll add the weight and do regular pull-ups. I like to add negatives, and then also I like to add bodyweight pull-ups along with negatives right after. Just because 30 pounds of weight on your back while doing pull-ups is a little difficult, and I don't necessarily get in that 40-second time under tension range, so I like to increase the reps there. So 4 sets of pull-ups, 4 sets of chin-ups, just about the same way. It does get a little tougher, so I usually drop down to body weight, but that's easy. And for those, you just want to focus on arching your back, pulling your shoulders back and down, and then focusing on pulling your elbows down and squeezing your lats. Then we'll go into a single arm deadlift, just hip hinging and squeezing the glutes, a wide row to target the rear delts and the traps, and only 3 sets of the rows, 4 sets of the deadlifts, and then a regular row focusing on the lower lat. Then we'll move to the first leg day. So warm up with body weight, warm up with 35-pound kettlebell, and we're going to do jumping squats, a set every 2 minutes on the minute. So you start at, say, 5 p.m. Your next set is going to be at 5:02 p.m. And we're going to do that for 15 sets. And then I might add in some core or abs, but only 2 or 3 sets because the very next day we're doing more abs. Push day 2, literally the exact same, but we are focusing on getting a few more reps any point in the workout for a muscle group. Just progressive overload. Pull day, almost the same, except for we're shortening the pull-ups and chin-ups by 1 set each and adding it to the rows. So it's a more row-focused day. And then legs, second leg day, 30 minutes of walking lunges, basically non-stop. Every week try to get farther than last time. That's just so we can progressively overload and grow our legs. Rest day, you can basically do nothing, but I highly encourage you just walk and do some mobility work or stretch. Walking is always a good way to get the blood moving, and actually I find that it helps me recover better. So that is the plan, and so far it's been going really well. I've seen strength gains, and I've seen some muscle definition. I definitely feel like I look a little bigger, so seems like it's working. There's also the nutrition overview, which should be done soon, and that is obviously just as important as training, so please go watch that one. Once again, a Google Doc documenting my entire journey for this plan is in the description. If you found anything useful in any of this, please subscribe, turn on notifications, like, share, whatever. It really helps me out, and I'm trying to grow this channel so that people can be healthier and feel better in their life. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and have a fantastic